At the beginning of the movie, we see a scene where some people are having a party. During the party, a boy named Mitch takes the phones of all the people present at the party so that they could not make anyone's video, because if the kind of party they were having got leaked, then these people could have been in a lot of trouble. Here they find a very strange thing, which looks like a big egg. People partying destroy that strange-looking thing in their fun and get busy partying. Now the next day when Kaylee wakes up, she feels something strange there. After some time, the rest of the people there also get up. Marcia, who was sleeping on the table, starts vomiting as soon as she wakes up. Actually, he drank too much at night. Now here, Kaylee's eyes fall on a bird sitting on the sand. Then she sees that the bird suddenly gets buried inside the sand. She gets shocked, seeing this. Meanwhile, we see Marcia, who is about to step on the sand. Kaylee tells Marcia not to step on the sand, but Marcia doesn't listen, and she places her feet on the sand. But when she tries to get her feet out of the sand, her feet are not coming out of the sand. After this, she tries to take out her leg with her hands, due to which her hands also get stuck in the sand. Seeing this, she gets very scared and starts shouting for help. Vance goes to help Marcia, but he also gets stuck in the sand. Jonah then tries to start the car to help them, but the car does not start. To save Vance, Mitch throws a rope towards him so that he can come out of the sand with the help of the rope. But Vance is unable to hold the rope because the sand has completely captured him. The sand slowly starts eating Vance's body, and after a while Vance's entire body gets covered inside the sand. Everyone gets horrified. After seeing such a painful death of Vance, no one could understand what was happening to him. All they knew was that it would be fatal for them to enter the sand, after which they all start planning to save themselves. Here Mitch asks Jonah to start the car, but Jonah tries his best. Still the car does not start. Now here, to know what is there in this sand, Kylie moves her hands a little above the sand, because of which here we see a fiber-like creature in the sand. After this, we see Gilbert, who was trapped in a drum. After waking up, he calls out to his friends, so that his friends can get him out of the drum. During this time, he himself also started shaking more and more, trying to get out of the drum. Because of this, his friends forbid him to move, and tell him that there is something strange in the sand, and if you fall into the sand, they will kill you. Here, Gilbert does not trust his friend. He feels as if everyone is joking with him. Because of this, he again starts trying to get out of the drum. Seeing this makes Mitch believe that we are all telling the truth. He also tells him about Vance and Marcia's deaths. Gilbert seems quite shocked to know this. Here, Mitch tells him a lie. That help will reach here in 2 hours, so he will somehow have to stay in that drum for 2 hours. Only then his life can be saved. After listening to this, Gilbert gets ready to stay in the drum for 2 hours. Kaylee then asks Mitch why he lied to Gilbert. Why did he show hope that help would come, when in reality no help had come here? At this point, Mitch says that it is very difficult to stay in that drum without hope. Because of this, I just gave him a little hope. After some time, Kaylee asks her remaining friends that just last night, we had a night party here. Everything was fine then. What is happening today? Everyone is getting killed while walking on the sand. After listening to Kaylee, his friend turns his attention to the other people present at the party, who are not there at this time. They all understand that those people must have slept on the sand at night, due to which they all must have died. And these people are alive because they did not sleep on the sand. After knowing this, they feel sad for the other people. During this time, we see Gilbert, who was very upset due to the fact that he was so trapped in the drum. He was also in a lot of pain. Because of this, he starts screaming loudly and asks his friends to take him out of the drum. At this point, Jonah consoles him again and also gives him a sunscreen so that he can apply it, so that he can get some relief from the sun. After a while, his eyes fell on a strange thing. This is the same strange thing which these people had broken together. Now, after looking at its pieces during the day, they come to know that this strange-looking thing is the egg of some creature, and from it a dangerous creature has emerged, which is killing people. After this, Kaylee throws some food items all over the place to find out the size of the creature, which makes them realize that this creature is very big. Jonah then tries to get ahead with the help of a skateboard, and his idea works, but when he reaches the table, suddenly the skateboard starts slipping. He tries hard to control himself, but then some fibers come out of the sand and start entering his stomach. Because of this, Jonah screams in pain, but he doesn't lose courage and somehow manages to climb onto the table. But during this time, he had also suffered a lot. Now Jonah starts checking the things lying on the table. He sees some food items in the bag, from which he takes out a banana and starts eating it. But after eating the banana, he starts vomiting. During this time, his eyes fall on his stomach, which is now rotting due to the creature's attack. Seeing this, Jonah gets badly scared and starts writhing in pain. Seeing this, Kaylee cheers him up and asks him to give the food in the bag to the others, after which Jonah takes out the food from the bag and starts throwing it to the others, which pulls on his stomach, and due to pulling on his stomach, blood starts coming out from his stomach. Everyone gets upset after seeing this. Jonah lies down on the table in pain. He tells Kaylee that he loves her very much. Hearing this, Kaylee became very emotional and started crying. After some time, everyone remembers their mobile phones, which are kept in the trunk of the car. Here they try to open the trunk somehow, and finally, after trying a lot, they succeed in opening the trunk. Suddenly, the supervisor of beach patrolling arrives there, and due to the noise of the car, Ronnie's attention is drawn, due to which she slips, and her finger comes under the trunk, due to which she starts screaming in pain. While on the other side, Kaylee and Mitch stop the officer, tries to explain everything to him, and stops him from getting down from the car. But the officer thinks that they are all drunk, and hence he does not listen to their words, and gets down from the car and starts walking in the sand. Seeing the officer walking in the sand, they all get shocked, because even after walking in the sand, the creature does not attack the officer. After this, when he reaches Jonah, he finds it very strange to see his condition because the wounds on his stomach look very strange. After this, the officer tries to take Gilbert out of the drum, but he is unable to take Gilbert out of the drum. After which he tells Gilbert, "Don't worry, my team will come and take you out of the drum." After this, he goes to Ronnie and tries to take out his finger from the trunk. During this, he asks everyone there, "Why are you not helping him?" On this, Kaylee starts shouting at the officer and tries to explain the situation there. Because of this, the officer leaves Ronnie and goes to Kaylee. Here, Kaylee again tries to make him understand the situation and tells him that 2 of his friends have already been killed. When the officer asks about their dead bodies, Kaylee tells him that the sand has swallowed their bodies. Hearing this, the officer gets very angry and asks them to come down. Kelly tries to convince the officer that it is not safe for them to come down, but the officer does not listen to her and starts taking out his gun to threaten them. During this, his car key falls down. Despite Kaylee's refusal, when the officer goes to pick up the keys, his hand gets stuck in the sand. The officer gets very scared after seeing this, but at the same time, Kelly gives him pepper spray, which the officer immediately sprays on the sand, due to which the creatures immediately disappear from there. But by then, half of the officer's hand has gone missing. Seeing this, he starts screaming and falls down in panic, due to which the creature immediately pulls him inside the sand. Seeing this, everyone becomes very frightened, after which Mitch tells them that we will need towels to get out of here, because just as the supervisor could walk in the sand with the help of his shoes, we can also walk in the sand with towels tied around our feet. After this, he tries to take the towel, but due to the falling of the railing, he also falls down, due to which the creatures come out of the sand and start eating him, and within a short time they completely destroy him. The survivors become terrified after seeing their friends die one by one. After this, Kaylee shows courage and asks Chanda to lift the railing. With the help of the railing, Kelly manages to get into the car. They then try to free Ronnie's fingers, which are still stuck in the trunk. They manage to remove the fingers, but Ronnie was in a lot of pain and was bleeding. Kaylee ties a towel around his fingers to stop the bleeding. On the other hand, we see Gilbert, whose condition had become very bad. Blood was also coming out from his body. Because of the blood, the monster in the sand starts getting attracted towards them. On the other hand, Kaylee tries to reach Jonah with the help of Chanda, and somehow they manage to reach Jonah. But when Ronnie tries to reach Jonah, at the same time blood starts falling from her hand on the sand below. Ronnie saves blood from falling on the sand below, because if blood had fallen down, the monster would have smelled the blood and attacked him. But in this attempt, Ronnie loses her balance and falls into the sand, due to which she also dies a very tragic death. On the other hand, due to blood coming out from Gilbert's body, the monster was getting attracted towards it, and gradually many fibers surrounded that drum. And then suddenly, the creature, which has grown much larger by now, attacks Gilbert and drags him into the sand. On the other hand, Chanda manages to reach the officer's car with the help of towel, so that they could escape from there with the help of car. But then the monster also attacks the car, due to which Chanda falls on the car and becomes unconscious. Kaylee gets very upset seeing this. After this, when Chanda regains consciousness at night, she succeeds in making Jonah sit inside the car with the help of airboat. But as soon as Kaylee goes to sit inside the car, the monster attacks Kaylee and also closes the car door, so that Kaylee cannot go inside. After which Kaylee climbs on top of the car to save her life. Now Kaylee finds a petrol can on top of the car, but as soon as she picks it up, the monster snatches it from her. After this, she picks up another can and starts sprinkling it around the car, and with the help of that oil, sets it on fire, due to which the monster also catches fire and gets badly burnt. Kaylee then gets inside the car, but then once again, the monster attacks them and tries to open the car door. But Kaylee holds the door tightly, due to which the monster is unable to open the door. And due to being badly burnt by the fire, the monster gradually calms down. All of them also sleep there. Now next morning we see that there is a man who tries to wake up Kaylee, and all of them. And when they wake up, they see that the atmosphere outside is now very quiet. They are very scared when they go out. But when they put their feet on the sand, there is no movement there. Seeing this, they become very happy. After this, Chanda and Kaylee get out of the car and walk towards their house. Inside the car, we see Jonah, who is now dead. At the end of the movie, we see the monster, who is not dead yet. He was going from the sea towards the city, which means now he is going to attack the people of the city. And with this, the movie ends here. So friends, how did you like this video? Please let us know by commenting. And please also subscribe the channel. Your subscription motivates us to make such videos. Thank you friends for watching this video.